How much does small business insurance cost? Good question. Hi, my name is Ryan Hanley. I'm the founder and president of Rogue Risk, where we do insurance differently, specifically by giving you knowledge and information to make the right insurance decision. This Good Question series is about helping small business owners and leaders like yourself build an insurance foundation upon which you can take the risk necessary to grow your business, knowing that if it doesn't work out or if something bad happens, your insurance is there to help you rebuild, as long as it's a covered peril. Now, if you like this content, hit the like button, and if you want more of it, click the subscribe button. Anything you do is appreciated. But that said, how much does, or maybe should, small business insurance cost? And that's an impossible question to answer at face value, because I don't know what you do, and there is an incredibly wide range of premiums based on size of business, where the business is located, how much revenue you're doing, what types of products you're selling, what industry you're in, on and on and on and on and on and on and on. What should it cost? It should be a competitive rate versus the value that you get. That is a terrible, but the most honest answer that I can give you is that where people get in trouble is they're paying too little for something that doesn't have any value, or they're paying too much for something whose value doesn't equal it. What you want is to find something and by something, I'm meaning an insurance program, a business owner's policy, general liability, property, workers' comp, commercial auto, commercial umbrella, EPLI, employment practices liability, cyber, professional liability, whatever package of coverages you need, whether those are all able to be packaged with the same carrier or not, whether you have to piece it together. And unlike with personal insurance, where oftentimes you always have the same carrier for everything, with commercial insurance, it's more often the case that you have a few different carriers, and that's completely okay. That's what having a brokerage like Rogue Risk is for, is to help you manage all that and keep it straight and make sure that you have, you understand the cost-benefit analysis of all your policies. So that's really the key. Are you paying the most competitive rate versus the value of the policy in terms of how it covers you and the risk you're willing to take? So if you just want basic general liability and you don't care if you lose your, let's say you're a contracting business and you're willing to lose your tools, and if your shed burns down, you're willing to lose all your materials, and you're willing to lose all that stuff. You just want to make sure that if you burn someone's house down while you're in it, you're covered. Okay? That would be a relatively inexpensive policy versus a relatively small amount of value, but that was equal, and you were taking on a large amount of risk in terms of property and other coverages like that, and that's your decision, and that's okay. So the cost for that relative to a policy that would cover your property and would have some broadening endorsements and would cover things like subcontractors, or if you are a subcontractor, so in New York, that's, kind of scaffold law and labor law kind of stuff. Like if that policy is going to be more expensive, but also provides much more value to you in terms of the wide scope of things that could actually happen. So this is the same for bakeries, for florists, for restaurants. I have a lot of restaurants that we do business with. Some choose to purchase liquor liability, some choose not to. I vehemently advocate for liquor liability, but it is ultimately that business owner's decision. And while technically their premiums are less, right? So the cost of their insurance is less, they have made the conscious decision to not cover liquor liability, which, if they're serving alcohol in any regard, presents an enormous risk for their business. So these are the kinds of things that factor into cost, and really the key is where, so find out what you need from a coverage perspective and make that decision first. I want a comprehensive program. I want to really make sure my business is taken care of. I want cyber, and I want these other things. Okay. Once you have that, then go out into the market and find the carrier set that's going to be the most competitively priced for those coverages. All right. That's the best way to do this. That's how you keep your costs down. That's how you figure out what the true cost of your insurance is, because the other side of the coin is not having any insurance, and then, you're not paying anything, and maybe you think you're being smart or cheeky because you're able to kind of skirt by the system, but then something bad happens, you get sued, and you have no coverage. So less price, less cost doesn't mean you're doing really good business necessarily, or it could, right? If you run a pretty straightforward flower shop, your comprehensive program is going to be relatively inexpensive. It's just not a high risk business. And this is how you come up with your costs. And it all starts with having a broker who's going to walk you through this in a comprehensive way, who's going to understand your risk, not take up a lot of time, but then, as we do, digitally invest in explaining your program to you, share with you who we worked your coverages through from a pricing perspective, and deliver you with the most competitive price in the market. That's what we do here at Rogue. Small business is all we do. Small business insurance on autopilot is our tagline. If this sounds like the type of relationship you'd like to have, please give us a call, 518-960-6600. It's 518-960-6600. You can also start the conversation online at roguerisk.com, or there's a button or a link somewhere around this video to let you contact us. Whichever way you choose, we look forward to working with you.